Hello good people of the internet, welcome to a DCUO video. This one is very different. I've actually completed this out on my controller and used it a couple of times. This one is the, well, I actually did Op 1 and 2 and crashed midway through Op 2 as per usual, but this one is the Armories, and I'm going to do that completely fresh on my healer. So we're going to nip straight into probably my sewer base, because I like the look of the sewer base. I actually prefer the look of the cave base, but I don't have one yet. Well, I'm still trying to decide what I want my bases to actually look like and reflect the look of, but it's this is where I keep all of my seasonal stuff. But this is one of the main reasons why I'm not putting my armories in this one, because it's full of stoof. So let's go to the core, which is actually where I want to be. This may actually end up being a semi-long-ish video, because because I've got a couple of extra things I want to go through. I want to spec once or twice, slightly differently. Let's have a look and see if I've got the space. I do. Awesome. So yeah, this is going to be great. Let's just first and foremost remove my perhaps the best looking of all of the crafting tables. I really like this this style of base. They could have done a little bit more thought into the respec mailbox, because it's basically the same sprite, but it's understandable. I mean, you get that with all the other bases. There's some overuse of previous stuff. Let's put the sparring target out, because why not? And first things first, let's go and your armory. Now, you may remember when I was leveling up one of my lobies, I think it was Lunar actually, when I did the base quest, this popped up. There was next to no downtime for the server at all, because this was already in the game. The fixes that we've been having over the last couple of weeks were for this, so I don't mind. It fixed it. It's right. It's done. Enter decoration mode one more time because I forgot something. And bank. Yes, I am that OCD about my base, unfortunately. And yeah, pull those out. Enter decoration mode again. And put Mr. Hazmat Dude back. Right. Let's track the quest. Let's lock and load. Use your armory, or use the armory in your inventory. It would have been nice if Calculator could have spoken a little bit over this, but well, you can't get everything you want, unfortunately. Right, so let's just break these down. There we go. Right, so there's that. Place and use your armory to imprint build. Enter decoration mode. I know exactly where I want to put these, because it's exactly where I put them on my controller. I want some similarity between everything. what I didn't realise is just exactly how big these are compared. Wow. That is fairly hefty. I'm not going to lie, that is fairly hefty. Sorry, but you two are going to have to go because that is a bit beefy. Put that one there. Yeah, that's a bit of a beast. I'm not going to lie, that is quite a size up from the tech one. The tech one is small in comparison to that, and I really do mean small, but I quite like the base. Okay, right, so use your armory, place and use your armory to imprint a build. Imprint. So that's that build. That's full spec healer for moi. Yes. Okay, that's me fully spec healer. Unfortunately, it doesn't save your hairstyle, which means you'll end up looking like that, unfortunately. So, we're going to go Ursa. In fact, of course. Now, one thing I have found, you can't use spaces. So, if I do this, you can't use spaces, which is annoying as hell, but well, it is what it is. That is my generic healer build, and close. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So when I flick over to whatever role I'm in, and I then use Ursa Lux, I will switch straight back over to this one and be done with it. That's cool. Next. And decoration mode. I'm just going through as basically a how-to for your armories. How to place them, how to follow the quest, how to place more than one if you've got more than one, how to equip them, what to do with them, that sort of thing. And we can go from there. Is that? No, that's not straight. And that's going to annoy me all day if it's not. Yep, good. Now shift it closer. That really is quite a size. I can still get out and walk around my characters. Yeah, how close can you stand next to your character in there? Sort of. It's not perfect, but sort of. Right, I actually need to respec for this one because that is my stacked healer. Well, what I call metabolism. So it uses metabolism, it uses blossom. This one is going to be a stacked healer load. So I can flick on insectoid and everything else that I need to. Because, well, quite frankly, I'm going to need to. Savage growth, blossom, bloom. Don't use cross. Right, flora. Right, for this one, we go for that. go for regeneration. Iconic powers, you still got those 2 left over. Go for that one and for that one. Awesome. Loadouts, healer. Of course, the first thing you're going to want is insectoid, because why not? Then we've got metabolism, which is there. Savage growth. I'll actually put swarm shield on there because you never know when you need it. Bloom and regeneration. That's the sort of basic loadout. Just in case you get knocked out, then you can crack on your shield and use bloom immediately. And that works. Okay. Loadouts. Insectoid is where all the good stuff lies. So we put blossom, metabolism, savage growth, harvest, bloom, because it's awesome, and regeneration. Now, harvest you can swap out because you saw I actually spec'd into hive mind. I actually put hive mind on. Well, you can spec out and go for hive mind if you want to, which gives a might buff and increased restoration. So you can flick those around as you need, which is actually pretty cool. But I actually want to try out harvest once or twice, so that's going to be a more situational build, which is going to serve a very good purpose. Now this one is going to be a very, very different look. So hair, long, just so I've got some clear differentiation between everything. Head, none. Face, none. Shoulders, none, but you can use the shoulders if you want to. Hands, plant, waist, poison ivy, feet. Well, you can go one or two ways with this, but I'm going to put these on anyway. Plant, chest, plant, legs, plant, and plant. The back you can go one of two ways. I'm going to leave it off for the time being. So there's that. Hands. The palette is going to be colours. 0 A 5213. And this one is going to be 2 CC040. That's wrong for a start. It doesn't matter. And this one is going to be something. Yeah, that'll do. And now we move things around. Hands will just be that, that, and that. Yeah. Waist. Feet. For when people do all the tootling around in the area, lets us all know that they're there. Thank you very much for that. Okay, skin, plant, and we want a very pale green. And the makeup is fine. A very quickly made up but can be refined poison ivy. I do that. Plug that in. Imprint. And there we go. Rename. Poison Lux. Okay. Change the name of the icon, or change the icon to, well, I'll actually change it to that because it reflects what I actually want. Now, two very different healer styles. So if I flick onto this, I don't know if this is actually going to cause any major changes because I've never done this before. But specifically with the, they still haven't fixed that. It's a very old bug and it's a very tiresome bug too. 2, 3. Thank you. Finally got my back. So if I did that, no, it doesn't change. Cannot activate a build while transformed. Ah, so you've got to start. Right. Okay. That's going to be somewhat limiting. So at least we found one thing out right now. So you can't change your build, even though you could want to probably change into a transformed same sort of loadout. You can't really go into a very different healer type, but they are very different loadouts and very different power types. So I've actually gone for very, very different powers. Flora doesn't have Harvest on, but it does have Briar. This is more of my offensive healer, but I wouldn't go for these two at all. But I'm very, very considering respeccing and taking virtually everything off that I need to take off, such as Thornburst and Briar. Maybe putting these two over to these two at the bottom, so that would be taking another respec. But it's not too much of an issue, but we can leave that for later. Right now we've got one more thing I want to do. No. But at least we found one thing, which I didn't know. Right. Into decoration mode. Armory. Purchased. Yep. And move that. Yeah, that works. And stick another one there. Armory purchased. That'll do. Right, wholesale respec. So, powers and skills. Yeah. So, this one is going to be a pretty big one. So, want that. That's the DPS neck. So I've gone for everything that we can do that is DPS. That's good. It's good. Yeah, good. Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, you son of a bitch. Which one's the... That's the one. Oh, that's annoying. I have to go for that one. Oh man. I was hoping to get away with that, but turns out you can't. Never mind. Right. Skills. Flight. Because you never know when you're going to PvP, so those are on. Those are on. Right, so you got a 328 to spec into. And this is going to be DPS, so might. Brawling. Sorry if the screen's flickering a touch. I can't help that, unfortunately. You could, if you wanted to, leave it with dual wield as being the offensive weapon, but to be honest, with might. I kind of feel the same way about my controller as I do about my healer with the innates and whatnot. It's a good idea to go for two different weapon types, depending on the different situations. I mean, with the armories now, it doesn't really matter. You can spec one to be one thing and one to be another, but your basic loadout is basically the same. So critical attack damage like that. And two-hander, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's that done, and 58 skill points left over. Right, so from there, rifle, an extra 1 for the mortar, a one-handed, an extra 2, 3, so we've got 54 skill points left over. And Handmaster 48. Should be able to spec into everything that I want to now. And precision, maybe. I think probably not though. Dual pistol, dual wield. Handmaster, because it's right at the top of the list. 18 skill points after mark. No, won't be able to. That's a shame. It is an alt though, so you just have to remember it is an alt. 6 shield has got that extra might. And that's going to be it. So I need another 12 skill points to fully spec DPS. Whenever I get another skill point now, for healer and also for DPS, just come to the armories, flick on the armory that you want to imprint that extra skill point on, and you're done straight away. Power points. Flora. Briar. Oh, just need to check my loadout just for a second. Based in his chance. Briar, vine lash, harvest, voracious plants, impaling thorns, carnivorous plants. Okay. So pretty much everything for DPS would pretty much come from here. Carnivorous plants could be an extra flora. Gorilla supercharge, carnage always. So I mean, you probably could do with taking off voracious plants if you wanted to, and just go with carnivorous plants has been the supercharge, because you get an extra healing back, and or whether or not that's actually a decent supercharge, I don't know. It might take a bit of respecking, but I think the go is still going to be Rampage. To damage knocked back nearby enemies, increase your critical attack chance and critical attack damage, protect yourself against control effects, and regenerate health over time. That is still sounds like a really good power, but whether the length of it, I'm not sure. Regeneration's not bad, for healers anyway. Chaotic growth is 50%. It's all based off that supercharge. I just don't know what to put the supercharge into. Powers, iconics. But as a very, 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 very rough loadout, I suppose you could go, say, Briar, Harvest, Voracious, Carnage, Impaling Thorns, and whatever supercharge you actually wanted to do. I've not really made my mind up on that yet, but that could be a very basic DPS loadout if you wanted to go for that sort of thing. With that gear on, let's have a look and put rifle. No, you don't. Armory styles. Right, this one is going to be a slightly different one too. So head, none. None. Face, none. Hair. Shoulders. Hands. There's only one way this is going to go. Waist wants to be Amazon. Feet want to be Tor. I'll be there in a second. And just checking things back. Feet. Aeronaut variant. Oh, it's called aeronaut variant, but aeronaut variant, really? Well, I suppose you could do. It could be worse. Chest is gonna be Urban Slick. Legs is going to be One Piece. And the back is going to be Celtic. There's only one way you can go with that. Right. Save. I know it looks really wrong in a minute, but trust me, it does get better. FFE 7C0 102-687, and the back 9COBB. Right, the hair is green for some reason. Let's pull that over there. Lighten it up a bit. Go to there. Okay, now we move things around, so yeah, the colour's fine. Wants to be that, and that. Feet want to be completely all blue. Chest wants to be almost, no, doesn't want to be almost, wants to be completely there. Legs the same. And the back, whichever colour's there. There we go. And that is a Power Girl look without properly trying. There is, I'm sure there's a heeled boot that you can wear. No. Is it formal or something? Fourth, no, definitely not that. Knee high, there we go. And you could probably try for a more rich blue like that. And that would suffice, and there we go. Imprint, okay. Rename. Powerlux. And change icon because this is going to be a full-on proper one. There we go. And switch back to Ursa. Goes really quick. And this one is always going to be one that I have in the base just because I have in the base at any one time. So for this specific loadout, and it is for one thing and for one thing only. I wouldn't do this for anything else but do that, and that. It's completely nude underneath. So there's that. Imprint, okay. Rename. There's a reason why that is called that, and the reason why is because in Legends, when people arrest you, your gear gets trashed. And it gets trashed relatively quickly too. So if you can have a build where you take your gear off completely, such as this one, you're sweet. In which case, I can probably do with, let's do something actually quite fun. Let's do traces. Waist, traces, feet, traces, chest, traces, legs, traces, and the back, which is also traces, and there we go, and colours, red, white, and bright blue, and red, white, and blue. Okay, now we know where the colours are, we can have a little bit more fun. So the red we can change to maybe a dark black. Actually no, I quite like the red being that. The white can go to black. And that can probably go to electric blue like that. And that's quite sweet. I like that imprint. And that's my Legends build. So if ever you see me looking like this, there's a reason. And go for there. And that's back to healer. And then we go down here, go to the generator, and we've got whichever one we want where. Legends. I will go for no. That's always going to be the healer. That should be the DPS. That should be the Legends there. And that's completed the quest. Cool. Okay, right. I got something I want to test before I move on. So it's a fairly long-ish video, unfortunately. Which one do I move? Well, I'm assuming once you've got a spec, such as one of these four, you can then go up to the armory, attune it to, well, attune yourself to that. So go up to this one, activate, like that. Unfortunately, yes, it does remove all your gear. You can jiggle things about a little bit if you want to. So you're completely in newtrion mode. Go over here into decoration mode, because I've not tried this, so I don't know if it works. And pick it up, move base, da, 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 da. Enter decoration mode, go over here, armory purchased, which looks very different when it loads. Complete there. Select and up. Oh, awesome! The imprint is saved, so you can just go straight to the armory, activate the build, and it's there, done. We can go over to Ursa. So that's there. Oh, that is a nice touch. I really like that. I appreciate that. That's quite nifty. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's a really nice touch. So don't quite know which base I'm in. I'm in the one in Metropolis, and the other bases are actually in Gotham. So I'm not gonna scoot around too much anymore. But you get the idea of the sort of thing that you the sort of thing you're actually able to do. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with this. What I'm going to do with all of my bases, I'm just going to have one armory per, because having the four around the around here is actually quite good with the tech base, because I mean you can see it is smaller by far than the sewer. One over here by the sewer base would be good. You can fit two. So when it gets around to me actually having more loyalty points, when I start earning my loyalty points again, I'm going to start stacking the armories around here, which is going to make Legends PvP in here quite fun actually. But yeah, it's one of those things. So yeah. Anyway, I hope that's a fairly good instruction on the sort of thing that you can actually do with the armories. Let's see what happens to the gear. Not a lot. It's still in the inventory, but I suppose the not that great a change will actually occur. But well, yeah, they've just put up. Armories allow you to save your character's different looks, gear, abilities, then switch between in the field available now in the marketplace. Well, duh. And the marketplace has them listed as being, because, thank you DC for reminding me, 600 marketplace cash for those, but they are 2,000 marketplace cash and 3,200 marketplace cash for an 8-pack. So, yeah, and you can see the amount of GBP it's going to cost you to actually get one of those things done. So anyway, yeah, I hope that was okay for you guys. If there's anything that you want to know more about armories and how to change them on the fly, such as going for slightly different looks whenever you want to, I've got a couple of extra looks that I wouldn't mind trying, but this is really going to change the game. It really is, and this is only the start. Eventually, it's the tip of what they can do with this. I mean, they will at some point be able to have armories that save you powers, so you just flick over to them as you want to. You probably pay a certain subscription fee to be able to do that, so it might be a legendary benefit, I don't know. It might be a microtransaction that just happens on your station account. It asks you if you want to pay a marketplace cash or loyalty points to do that, so it's just done. If it is, then yeah, I would happily do that. Very, very happily do that. But welcome to DC, the start of a new day. Excuse me. Alright, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will catch you on the next video which I put up, so I'll see you in a bit.